Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, it's Halloween edition. I actually put in the wrong date. I put in 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time in the back office. That means 11:50 Eastern Time in reality. But I messed up, but it's okay. We're starting the live stream, the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, and why we have to talk about financial fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to make some money? I know some people out here doing their little trick or treats tonight. They're out there partying, putting on the costumes. But guess what? We all have a costume, ladies and gentlemen, and you wear it almost every day. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now Gear, the lab edition. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Needless to say, I'm not out at the Halloween party. I'm not out doing the Halloween trick or treating with the little kids because I don't have any anymore. Luckily for me, we get to party all the time, but not this Monday, not this Halloween. We have business to handle. Lots of it, ladies and gentlemen, because while it's a Halloween fest out here, there's so much going on. It's ridiculous. And please smash the like button because there's no cost for that. And share the videos because you never know who you're going to be able to help. Now, let me see who's in the house because I did see someone in the house this evening. Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday Halloween edition. And he has the icon next to his name, and he brings a tagline as well. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's make some money. I received the notification and the trailer. This is awesome. That's one person in the house tonight that received the notification and trailer. Let's see if we can break the record on a Monday night, Halloween night, and also the nickname. How can we forget? AKA Mr. Cool. Laverne Penix. I have news about METB. Maybe you saw the video I dropped earlier. It was last minute because I just found out about it today. So anyhow, we'll discuss that first. And look who else is here. Mr. Puna Kana is back in the house once again. He came back last week. He's been having a blast, traveling all over the world, getting all ready for that retirement tour. And that is Victor Marrero is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. And he has one of two taglines tonight. He says, hello all, let's do this. That's right. We're going to make it happen regardless. Halloween night, Christmas night, it doesn't matter. The show will continue to go on. And thank you so much, Marrero, for being here. Like I said, once again, I appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something. We're trying to get this wealth situation under control. Did anybody see the Eric Says? Because we're talking about what you guys already know, but I had to do the Eric Says for the top 10% of the wealthiest own 89% of the stock market. So some people would say, okay, I've heard about that for the last 2-3 years. But now I'm going to bring something else up because if the alarm bells aren't ringing just quite yet based on the stock market, because if anybody knows anything, we know it's a bad economy, so to speak, not really bad. Here's the situation. With a pandemic, with printing of money, with supplies being interrupted for getting to stores and manufacturing, with companies laying off people, that tends to make things a little dicey. And then you throw in the Federal Reserve printing money to boot. Now we have a problem. So here's what ultimately ends up happening. Here's what ultimately ends up happening. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked about the top 10% owning 89% of the stock market. But did you also know that the top 10% own 70% of the wealth, ladies and gentlemen? Do you see on the screen? This is in the United States. This isn't worldwide. 70% of the wealth. So, in other words, Eric says 35 million people own 70% of the wealth. There's 300 and roughly 50 million people in the United States and territories. So 300 million people they own more than. This is insane, ladies and gentlemen. Or flip it the other way. 300 and roughly 15 million people only own 30% of the wealth. Meanwhile, 35 million people own 70% of the wealth. That is a lot of moving and shaking, ladies and gentlemen. And they have the money to influence everything. Buy companies, employ you, pay you what you want. Pay senators, pay the elected officials. Doesn't matter across the board, whether it's state, local, federal. Pay the police. Do all these crazy things to give them even more of an advantage. So what am I trying to say, ladies and gentlemen? You see this disgusting nonsense on the screen. And unfortunately, if you're not here in the SSN Nation, you may be around checking other things out. But this is why for 4 years, I've been trying to get you guys to understand you got to be where they are. You got to buy some stocks. You got to be in there. Even if you don't want to, you have to. You have to start a business or try to do other things that get outside your comfort zone. Try to start a business or join a movement that helps you. And the movement obviously is here too. And Victor Marrero, he says, stock market took a hit today, slight hit, expecting another 0.75 basis point hike this Wednesday. There are signs housing market is flipping for the buyer. Exactly, Victor Marrero. While you were off in Never Never Land having fun on the island, we were talking about this very thing. As you guys know, my 50 to 60% drop in home prices, I'm feeling more and more confident as the day goes by. And these real estate guys now have joined the party. Like I said, I'm seeing more and more of these popping up on YouTube talking about minus 50, minus 71, minus 25. And then I still have to remind myself, Mr. Dave Ramsey says, no way, guys. Everything's going to be fine. Buy a home. It's okay. Get your feet in the water. But never mind, 73% of home buyers in 2021 and early 2022 have buyer's remorse. Of course, you're going to have buyer's remorse. When your home you just bought in less than a year goes down 10, 15, 20, 25%, you're going to have buyer's remorse. That's just natural. But yes, it's coming, Marrero. And after they do this, well, I'm not so sold on the 0.75. These guys, they've been acting kind of weird. 8.2% year over year, their own numbers on inflation. And somehow they think 0.5. But here it is. If the street or the market is expecting 0.75, then we know what that means. It's going to be 0.75. That also means instead of an 8% mortgage rate, that means we'll be approaching 9. by the end of the month. And it's definitely going to go that way because housing demand, it's seasonal. Nobody's moving during Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holidays. It automatically has a slump. So now the slump is going to even be worse. All the numbers are leading to this is bad. So therefore, the financial fourth quarter business talk has to be tonight. And I know some of you are going, Eric, what are you talking about? The fourth quarter started like a month ago. It's okay. We're still in the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it works. There's 12 minutes on a clock since it's football, right? That means the game's not over yet. All right. Let's see who else is in the house. Kel Slater is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. What's up, SSN Nation and E-Money? What's up, Kel Slater? We got a lot to talk about tonight. Of course, we got business talk. I'm going to continue because let's go with the fear porn tonight because we always have solutions, ladies and gentlemen. But before I get more into this, let's talk about My EasyTron Bot. Now, My EasyTron Bot, they came up with a beautiful website. Let me go get this up. This is impressive. But, you know, these guys, a lot of people can make beautiful websites. That doesn't mean out of the water yet, out of the woods. Let's see what happens. Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. If you had My EasyTron Bot and you were on Telegram, then when you logged in today, you would have saw that October surprise, the Halloween special. That Halloween special, let me see if I have it. I don't have it still. The Halloween special basically was saying they're migrating to this new website. This is called fundmetb.com. So here's what the situation is. Everybody on Telegram, and I don't know about website wise, who had a pending withdrawal, your pending withdrawal is still pending. All right. So you have a choice to make because you have to migrate. So when you automatically got when you migrated it first, that took you to the blue one. Remember the fundmetb.myeasytronbot.com, which was the blue website. That was apparently temporary. But if you signed up there, your username and password works on the new website. So that you've already migrated as long as you did that. If you haven't migrated yet, then you need to migrate. Hit that migrar on the Telegram app. And I don't know what it looks like online because I was never able to log in online until I migrated to that blue website. And in fact, I'll show you what the blue website is. That's this one here. It was the fundmetb.myeasytronbot.com. So this is the one that you would have migrated to if you did the migration a month back like you should have. This is what you saw. And if you were able to sign in to this website, then that means you already migrated. So the only thing now is if you were trying to withdraw all of your funds to your wallet, you're going to have to cancel it. How do you cancel it? You hit withdraw, and then you'll see the cancel button come up. You cancel it, then you would have to send, but all of it's going to go to the new website, fundmetb.com. All right. Just keep that in mind. I guess I didn't. But now here's the other thing. If you want to continue to leave it in your Telegram or the withdrawal as it is, you can do that. But again, you don't know what's going to happen, how long the wait will be. You'll just continue to sit there and wait. So that's your choices, really, which is not really a choice. They haven't done it in 3 weeks with the withdrawal. So who knows what's going to happen? Or you can actually, like I said, transfer it over into the fund METB. Now, that's up to each and every individual. I don't have any say so whatsoever. I just was like, okay, if this works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I'll just send the money into the fund METB because I canceled my withdrawal today. So If you guys have any other questions about it, that's the only choices you pretty much have. But like I said, you can log in if you already had the blue, the fund metb.myeasytronbot.com. If you're already migrated, then you use your same username and password. Just click the login and you'll go into your account. And if you signed anybody up, referred people, then you definitely need to make sure you migrate. All right. And then this will come up, this screen here, if you haven't done it already. And then make sure you log in, because otherwise you could possibly lose whoever you referred. All right. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The jury's still out. All I know is they're still accumulating interest. The daily interest is accruing. Now, I haven't withdrawn, so we'll find out. This time I'm going to withdraw early, and we'll find out if we can actually get some funds from the new account probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. All right. So hopefully, if anybody has any questions, you can ask them now. Or if you see this replay, you can comment down below. All right. Now, had to do that PSA, right? All right. Hopefully everybody gets what I'm trying to say. Let's go. Now, Victor Marrero came back with a gem, possibly. Looking at Xlider, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Xlider, property management company as an option for my Punta Cana project. I like their website. We'll need to meet with them to discuss management fee and their marketing strategy. Okay, Victor Marrero, I'm thinking you're not a man that's going to just go by the beautiful website. So why do you think they will be good if you don't know how much the management fee is? So why do you think? Did you talk to somebody who gave you an idea, maybe 20, 25% management fee, or just you had to speak to somebody, right? Let's see. I'm going to go pull it up. Property management, Punta Cana. Let me see if I can find them on Google. So let me know, because that's going to be, well, maybe I spelled it wrong. They didn't come up. Nope. I must have spelled it wrong. Let me see. Xeliter. That may be why. XEL. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. Yep, there we go. You're talking about Xlider Vacation Rentals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is something right here that we wasn't going to get into that much, but financial fourth quarter, it's business talk tonight. This is because we have been getting these pre-construction real estate properties in the Dominican Republic, or you can go to Miami, or you can go to Costa Rica, or you can go to Tulum, Mexico, or you can go to Cabo San Lucas, or you can go anywhere around the world and get into the pre-construction. Lock your prices in now. That's real estate investing, ladies and gentlemen. This is business talk. Some of you are going to go, well, why would I get something now if home prices are going to go down? Because this is an investment, ladies and gentlemen. If you know that the most amount of tourists go to a certain location, wouldn't you think that would be a great place to buy real estate? Well, the number one location in the Caribbean is Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Number one location in the Caribbean as far as countries, Dominican Republic. All of Latin America, when you take out Mexico, Dominican Republic has the most tourists. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Is that crazy? Half of the people that go into Dominican Republic come through Punta Cana. And oh, by the way, Victor Morrell, did you get the news? Did you realize there's another freaking airport? It seems like it might be around where the Hard Rock's at. Not over by Macau or past Macau. They're making it like within 20 to 30 kilometers of the other airport. This is unheard of. I don't know what the hell's going on, but if they allow that, that's a lot of traffic in that airspace. They're only 25 miles apart. I mean, now I'm going to have to start looking to see if how far Midway is from O'Hare. This is kind of scary. But yes, another airport's coming. So here, let's go check these guys out. This is real estate, ladies and gentlemen. Real estate management company. This says Aquarella. Okay, Conarock. Here goes Conarock. So they're doing all over the place. Juan, Dolio, Samana. Okay. This is interesting. This guy's doing strictly his own. All right, so here's the search, ladies and gentlemen. You have a condo or villa in a foreign country. You could do Airbnb, but then you still maybe need somebody on the ground because you need somebody to do housekeeping if you plan on doing it yourself, or you hire a management company. And the management company will do all the work, and they will take, could be 25%, could be 30%, could be 35%. And here's where we are. So now we're going to go on a little journey. So please stay with us here. But before we go on the journey, let's see what else we have. The 1% will have to, the Fed push a quick holiday run. They still got cheap stocks to get end of year profits. Exactly, Kel Slater. Very well said, Kel Slater. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's why they're going to continue to print money. And remember, we have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, Thanksgiving. This is prime time for retail. Who's going to be buying, though? People should be acting like, I need storage. I need to put money aside. I shouldn't be spending any money no matter how cheap this stuff is. These are liabilities. Here in the SSN Nation, no liabilities. That's the rule right now for the next 2 years. All right. Liability number one, buy a house in 2024. The reason why it's going to be a liability temporarily is because you will buy at a low price and it's a home anyhow. Then when the price starts appreciating, because the Federal Reserve is going to have to reduce the interest rates, I predict in 2024, then people start buying again, economy gets better, and then the next thing you know, your price and your equity is hundreds of thousands of dollars, just not 20 grand, not just 30 grand, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's when you're supposed to pull the trigger because you're the CEO of your life. You're supposed to pull the trigger on a refi or HELOC or line of credit and buy yourself a bona fide asset that pays you back. So therefore, you don't have to worry about getting money back into paying your mortgage and leaves you some money left over. That is the game plan. All right. So just get yourself prepared. But there's nothing wrong with saving money over the holidays right now. You have a family to be concerned with. All right. Just keep that in mind. All right. Now, here we go. Okay, so the METB, you have to migrate first. How did you migrate? There's a button on my screen labeled migrate into. Is that the button? Yes, that's the button. That's the button right there. All right. How do I get the next app? Laverne Penix, first things first. Are you on Telegram or were you using the website? If you're on Telegram, then you need to click on, hold on a second. Let me go look again. I can't never remember. Oh, Migrar. You need to do the Migrar, Migrar. You click on that. That's going to pop up a link that sends you to something. So it might send you to the blue screen. So what that means is that blue screen that I call it's Fund Me ETB, and and then you sign up, username and password, email address and password, whatever you use. Then you can go to fundmetb.com, and it's the same username and password. All right. I think, unless they changed it. Let me see, because they just did this morning. Let me see if they actually changed the MyGrar to a different one. I'm going to go look this up as we speak, because I haven't looked it up since this morning. Maybe they changed it, but that's the procedure. All right. Here, let me go see. MyGrar, Fund Me. Yeah. So it still came up, fund metb.myEasyTronBot. So then when I click and open that, it takes me to the blue one. All right. So it, oh, you guys, oh, you can see it. It took me here. So whatever username and password you use here in this blue one is the same one that you'll be able to use when you log into the fundmetb.com. All right. So hopefully you understand what I was saying. If you're using Telegram. All right. He says he's on Telegram. All right. So then you can easily get it. So just hit the MyGrar fund. Here, I'll do it this way. Hold on a second so people can see what I'm talking about. If you're on Telegram, then you'll see it right here. You'll see MyGrar right here. You hit that. So when you click on that, then it opens up this, right? You see the Fund Me, and then you click on that, and it opens up, and it takes you to the blue screen. At least mine does. And so then that's when you get a username and login if you haven't done it already. And then after that, you go to fundmetb.com and you're good. Now, again, if you joined us late, please smash the like button first. If you like what we're talking about so far, please subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell. The next thing is, if you had a pending withdrawal, it's still going to be pending, even with the migration. So you have to make a choice. Either leave it still pending, or you hit withdrawal, retire, withdrawal to wallet. You hit that, and then you can hit cancel. When you cancel, then your choice is send it to your new FU fundmetb.com. Fundmetb.com. All right. So that's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. Just so you understand, my EasyTron bot. Hopefully that gets it straight. All right. Yep, that's the one. So Victor Marrero has it right. Yes. Yep. Migrate info fund is at the button. Yes. How do I get the next app? Okay. Hopefully we got that. Okay. Connor Rock recommended this company as an option. There are others. I frankly don't know the details about this company. I have to study them. Okay. That's fair enough. We're going to study them a little bit right now. A3 Saval is in the house on the Halloween edition. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He says, hello, family. Hello to you too, A3 Saval. How you liking that Punta Cana property, my man? Let me know what you're thinking about over there. What you plan on doing. Are you going to live there? Are you going to rent it out? I think you're going to rent it out. Are you going to use a management company or try to manage it yourself, long distance or there? Let me know. Laverne Penix, Eric, I already migrated to the METB website. Where do I find the new app? Okay, new app. I don't know about any new app. In other words, there is no Telegram anymore. So all you can do is log into the Fund Me TB. Fund Me TB. That's the only location. There is no longer, it's not on Telegram. You don't look there anymore. So it looks like you have to log into that website. There may be an app later. I don't know anything about an app, but that's the first migration move that they said. And in fact, let me go over here and see if there's no app. There's no Telegram anymore. So you've done everything you can do, except if you wanted to get your withdrawal and you're still waiting on that, then that just means you're still going to have to make sure you check into your Telegram from time to time to see if they approve that withdrawal, and then wait on it to hit your wallet or however you withdrew, whatever you withdrew to. But that's it. There's nothing more we can do at this point. We're just crossing our fingers. And again, they're generating interest already on the other account, the new site. So I don't know really what's going on because there's nobody to really talk to. The council gets in touch with the guys, and then people, it meanders about. And that's all I can say at this point. All right. Maria Barnes is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, Halloween edition. And ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, this woman's known as Mrs. Cool. She's in the house, and she says her tagline, hello, Eric and SSN family. Happy Halloween. I hope everyone is doing good. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Also, let's see. And I think we already got it. I'm on Telegram. Okay, thanks. We found it. All right, right on. Glad to hear it. Glad to happily hear that. All right, for METB, yes, it took me to the new site, but what happens to the balance we had on the old site? Oh, Victor Marrero, you might have been on vacation. It's still sitting there. So wait, hold on. Before I talk, what are we talking about? When you say old site, are you saying you logged in the whole time, or are you saying you're on Telegram? Because if you have a balance, then you have to make a choice. You have to retire a wallet, either try to withdraw to your wallet and then it's pending, or you withdraw your funds and put it on into FUNTB. And since I think you might have been talking about the website, because I was never on the website. I was never on the original website. I was on the new website when they changed it to that fundmetb.myztronbot, the blue one. So I was on that one. And so I'm on Telegram too. So the balance is supposed to be transferred over. That's all I know. But if you were already on the online site, then you should be good, as long as you hit migrate. And if you're using Telegram, then it's going to transfer over eventually. But you have to make a choice. You have to make a move, either withdraw to your wallet or withdraw to the fundmetb.com. You'll see those two options. So let me know if that's what you're talking about. For MT, I always use the website. Oh, that explains. So I don't know how that one works. Unfortunately, I think it's going to migrate over. But hold on a second. Let me do something while I'm doing this. Let me go do this. Hold on a second. In fact, I think first of all, open up your fundmetb.com. Open that up first, log in, and see if you see anything there. You should see something there, I think, since you already were on the website. So if not, then we'll talk about it on Wednesday night, because I'll ask people who were on the website and see if they have something different, because I never had the website. So hopefully that works out. All right, let's go. Okay, so here is, we'll call it X Elixir. Nope, it can't be Elixir. X Leader. That's what it sounds like. X Leader. All right, I was just getting ready to go do what I always do. Let's see what these guys are doing. They're at Connor Rock. This looks like Connor Rock condos, right? No, this is January, February. All right, so I'm going to do, okay, what the, okay, I haven't seen a Spanish calendar in a while. All right, so I'm going to put in 5 people, and they apparently, this is interesting. I like it. I like it. They're going to have an iCal. I can't imagine that they're doing this all themselves because it would make no sense. So they're probably using an iCal calendar, and they also might be on Airbnb and whatever else, and also on their own website. So then they'll have their own prices and not have to pay the 3% or any fees to VRBO if they use them. So that would make perfectly good sense. So let's see what it looks like. So if you are doing any renting in the Punta Cana area, here goes a company for you. This is recommended by ConaRock, which, you know, it's probably their own people. What can we say? But after I did that, they opened up a separate screen, of course. So here's what came up, ladies and gentlemen, for the week. This looks like $150 a night. That's what this looks like to me. That would be $1,050 for a week. Now, hold on. Let me see if I can. Okay, I have to do the Spanish. All right, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And so this is going to run somebody. Okay, where is it? Oh, okay, 1,100 or early booking special, 1,007. So yeah, a little over one reserve, 16%. So it's coming out to $1,268 after tax. 193 in taxes. That's $1,400. Early got a $200 discount, so literally. So this is going to cost somebody roughly, well, they're paying $150, but ultimately it's going to cost them $200 per night, which makes this almost the same as if somebody was doing Airbnb. All right, $150. Here's the cleaning fee, $35. That's cheap. There you go. That's good. Whoa, wait a minute now. 140. All right. Well, okay. Per night, $20 per night. Okay, that's reasonable, I guess. All right. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. They have their own infrastructure, which is a good thing, and then they probably can use it for something else. In case you're new here, please smash the like button. And also, it's financial fourth quarter business talk. Are you ready to make some money? That's why we have to talk business and strategies, ladies and gentlemen. There's no one way to do everything, right? Or one way to do something and be successful. There's many different factors, different ways. All right, Eric, I plan on renting in and most likely use a management company. I have family in Santo Domingo, but it's 2 hours away from Punta Cana, so I will see. Hey, Teresa Val, do you happen to know when the delivery date is by any chance? I mean, these developers, man, they don't like communicating. Let me know. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, you know, there's all kind of options, and who knows what things may look like 8, 9, 10 months from now, because there is electronics. You can have a keypad on doors and locks. You can have housekeeping come, change different codes. So you can actually, in theory, do it, but it's a lot more comforting to have somebody on the ground who can actually come by and check and make sure everything's fine. So there's 2 ways you can do it. If you feel confident about trying to tackle it yourself, have 1 or 2 renters and see how it goes. And then the one time you have a bad experience, then you'll be like, okay, I think I should pay those management companies 30, 35%, right? So just think about it either way. And the other thing is, if you have family and they're 2 hours away, 2 hours is a short time. if they were willing to go help you. And that's a big if. Drop things, somebody, whatever happens, if they can drop and go 2 hours, and then if there's no renter there, they can actually stay there overnight and then get everything done the next day. I mean, if you have something like that going on, that would be awesome. But because 35% could ultimately start being pricey, but sometimes it's worth it, especially if you're getting a high production of rental income. And especially if you have an 80-90% rental rate, then there's absolutely no reason not to have a management company, because that's the whole point. If you're only going to have like a week, maybe a week and a half, 14 days, then it's on the borderline, in my opinion. But if you're going to have like 3 weeks, potentially 80% of rentals, then you'll make enough money so it'll make sense to pay somebody 30%. And there's going to be people doing it for 25% or 20%. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because that's going to be a 2024 or 2023 prospect. All right. A3 Saval, he says, yes, May, June 2024, allegedly. Oh, man. Actually, that's probably the safest. That's probably the safest one. I would say 2024, that would be reasonable. That would be reasonable at that location. So, yeah, I think, but they're still playing sketchy though. I just don't, it's kind of weird. But yeah, 2 years from now, I would think you're going to be about right. And at that time, there's going to be, who knows, thousands of units are going to be on the market by 2024. Between 2022, which is almost over, next year in 2023, there's going to be thousands of units, whether they're villas or condos. And then in 2024, there's going to be thousands of more. So with the way Punta Cana is going to grow, that'll be right on time. Not everybody's going to have to stay at the all-inclusive spots. But our all-inclusive spots going to be charging people high prices like they used to. Are they going to be charging $800 per night, $900 per night, all-inclusive? Because if they do, then that helps out the Airbnb rental market. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please smash the like button. Again, I mentioned that once. But if you like what we're talking about, subscribe to the channel so the YouTube gods know we have interaction going on this Halloween special. Boo! Right? This is fear, ladies and gentlemen, that is running rampant. Here's the thing that I want everybody here in the SSN Nation to understand. When there's a recession, that's when you try to make more moves and secure some more assets while the prices are cheap, because people are scared, right? So while they're afraid, they don't want to spend money. So that brings prices down. And all this fear mongering, which is what's going on right now, is rightfully so. But from an investor standpoint, this is why the wealth gap always gets bigger. This is why the top 10% own 70% of the wealth in the United States. This is exactly the reason why, because every 7 to 12 years, there's a recession. The have-nots, middle class, they have to save money and preserve while prices drop, because you don't know what's coming. Meanwhile, the wealthy sit there and go, we know what's coming. So when the prices drop, we just snap up everything. And then when the prices rise back up, look at what happens. In fact, let me go do something. I want to show you guys. Let me see if it's even in there. I want to see if it's in here, because you guys don't realize that during the pandemic, the top 10%, it's insane. They made $6.5 trillion. Trillion. The top 10%. It's not on this chart. I was looking for it. That's how crazy this is. While people are out there, weren't about being sick, weren't about having their job, weren't about store closures and business closures and you're laid off. These people were buying up assets. And it turns out those cheap assets increased their net worth of 6.5 trillion. That's a travesty. But here's the thing. You guys here in the SSN Nation, you guys were part of actually getting some of that piece of the pie. Because you guys were there when NIO was $3, when Ford was $5, when all the EV companies were single digits and they rose up to $50, $40, $30, and some still at 20 right now. So you're still 400% on your money if you kept them. You guys were all there, right? You were there when we were getting and still getting our PSEC at 17%, ORC at 14, 18%, XOM at 12%. That's Exxon. You guys were able to get in on some of this love. So that's what we want right now. Again, that's what our objective is right now. We need you guys ahead of the curve. You're always ahead of the curve. So business talk tonight. Are you ready to make some money? Now, here's the new curve. Here's what you have to think about, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of business talk, when the automobile industry says, well, I'll start it this way. When a country says we want to go all electric by 2035, that's the United States. That's other countries around the world. That's no big deal. The big deal is when the companies are Ford, GM, VW, and Toyota, Hyundai, Honda, all these guys say, you're damn right. And then you throw in NIO, then you throw in Lordstown, then you throw in Lucid, Tesla. You start throwing in all these companies trying to reach a certain goal, you have to believe it. It's going down. What does that mean? That means the car industry is not going to be what it is. That means there's going to be layoffs. And people are going to be out of business that had nice, high-paying jobs. All right? And there's going to be a consolidation somewhere down the line. So therefore, you have to prepare for a layoff, ladies and gentlemen, all the way around. Right now, if you're a realtor, if you're a lender, if you're in the mortgage business, it's going to consolidate. Some are already gone. Shut their doors. Why? Because there's no demand, not getting paid. So what are you doing? Sitting around waiting on 1 or 2 or 3 deals that's going to happen or close in the next 60 days? And then one of them's going to fall out or 2's going to fall out because guess what? That home price dropped 5% while you're waiting for it to close. So the appraisal value came down. So all I'm saying, these are the things that you have to realize is going to happen. How can we take advantage? We just simply sit back and wait. Housing prices will come down. That is the big ticket item. This is why the hedge funds and all these guys are sitting here saying, licking their chops, rubbing their hands like this, going, man, I can't wait till sometime in 2023 after they raise this interest rate another 3 times. And it's coming up this week. Going to probably come up in December. Then sometime January, February, March, obviously in that. So in the next 90 to 120 days, after that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a full-blown wait and see how far these prices drop. So this is business talk, ladies and gentlemen. And when we do business talk around here, let me see if I still have, if we do business talk, you know, we're going to go into some business things. Okay, let's get into some money-making things, right? Let's get real. All right, let's get real, ladies and gentlemen. First off, you guys know I do the SSN lifestyle. This is coming up. It's been almost like doing what you call a pre-construction, so to speak. Getting things lined up, and things are going awfully slow because the economy the way people operate, they don't want to make moves too fast because they're sitting there thinking, I might have to lay people off. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Don't know if I should be making these deals. Things are getting kind of hectic back here in this space of making deals with people. Now, SSN Lifestyle, there's like 5 ways to make money. And some people are going, what's SSN Lifestyle? Well, this is something, the sister property. This is something I had to start trying to help people, because when there's no way to make money, you get laid off, or the faucets are turned off. Okay. You can't make money. Then you're going to need another way to make money. So if somebody says, hey, you can actually refer people to some place and make money, that's pretty awesome. Especially if there's no money out of your pocket. It's even cooler if you say, hey, I'm going to be a member and I get these other perks. But then you go, okay, that's one thing, but what about another? Then you find out, like, for instance, going on right now, November, the SEMA Auto Show, people are spending $400 or $500, right? We still have one rental available in a 2-bedroom that somebody could get, and people are spending $500 per night at the same location. You guys could send somebody there and earn commission on that. You don't have to own anything, didn't have to spend any money. So that's separate properties, separate items that you could actually refer people that aren't just simple mom and poppy stuff, right? So there's other stuff when we have, well, what can I say? When we have our own products, health products, because people are going to be stressed and they're going to be doing and looking at health products to make sure their bodies get necessary nutrients. So once again, you can refer people, earn commission for products that help people and work. People are looking for these products. And by the way, did you guys realize in the health and beauty industry, do you know when there's a recession that people still buy health and beauty products? You guys got to study this stuff, right? This is serious. So this is why you should be in that arena. Some of you go, hey, Eric, I don't care about the rental stuff. Well, see, here's the other part. Those 35 million that I was talking about earlier, the top 10% who own 70% of the wealth, guess what? They still travel when there's a recession. Guess what else? There's not that many people traveling when there's a recession or when the economies go down a little bit. So they even spend more money and bring family and friends with them. So once again, it's the place that you're renting, not actually that you're renting. Location matters, and it has to be a high rent location. So then you're still going to have people coming there and spending the money. So when we start talking about one of my favorite places, Cabo San Lucas, for people still going. When we're talking about Maui, Hawaii, around the world, people are going. When you're talking about Punta Cana or Dominican Republic, people are going. So there's no way that you still can't make money, but are you going to be in position to make money that way? So a company that puts you in position, there's Amazon, right? There's eBay. But here's the thing. You have to actually have the property, or you actually have to have, let's use the vacation rental or the product. You have to have that. You just can't just willy-nilly just say, hey, you know what? I think I like that hotel on the beach in Maui. I think I'm going to rent it out. You can't rent it out. You have to have some sort of affiliation, right? So when somebody says, hey, we have a, New Year's week in Hawaii, and you can actually refer somebody to it, you can market it however you want. You get paid when somebody clicks on the link and register, just like if somebody goes to Airbnb. It would be nice if you got paid, right? I'm giving you that same opportunity, SSN Lifestyle. Those are just 2 ways that you can do it. And I'll even stick with the easy third way. The easy third way is we talk about, like, I'll use what is one of the favorites right now, Cash Flow, the $5,000 NFT. I can't wrap my head around this, how awesome this is. The number one, it potentially could be the number one investment opportunity of the 2020s. Simply because it's an NFT that's backed by a real store. And the store actually has products in the tech world. They're already operating. There's a store that's open. The phone lines are open. You can walk in and talk to somebody. You can make a phone call and talk to somebody. You don't know anything about crypto? Then all you have to do is go to their store and they'll show you how to upload, download. In fact, you can download and take money off the exchange because they have their own exchange where they share it with the NFT holders, the transaction fees. They have a POS system, transaction fees, the merchant processing transaction fees shared with the NFT holders. This is just crazy. They have an insurance product for landlords to make sure that their tenants are paying on time and the landlord doesn't have to worry because they get in advance, 12 months in advance. That's beautiful. That's one of their products. And they share because you've got to give 50% of whatever the first month's rent is or the monthly rent is. That's the fee. They share 50% of that fee with the NFT holders. This is for the United Kingdom. It's a country. So you'll be one of 1,488 people. There's going to be less than that because some people bought more than one NFT. So therein lies the whole situation. So that's Miracle Cash and More, and that link's down below. And I didn't even give you all. There's 7 ways to make money with Miracle Cash and More. So all the money that they're generating, they're sharing with the NFT holders. This is significant, ladies and gentlemen. They're first, they're licensed, they're regulated. They're operating in 3 jurisdictions. Amsterdam, Holland. North Cyprus. All right. Jurisdictions. Berlin, Germany. And right now they're in Las Vegas at the Cashflow NFT show. Well, it's not a show, but convention, I guess I would call it. I should have went, but I did not. But the fact of the matter is I haven't gotten any feedback from anybody, which is weird because I know some people that's there and they haven't sent me any pictures, haven't sent me any updates, nothing. So I'm like, wait, no news is no news at this point. But it just started today, so they might be in meetings, chit-chatting, having fun. Who knows? But usually when you're having fun, you're doing this in this day and age, right? You got your cell phone out taking pictures in this day and age. But they're playing it a little old school. Who cares about pictures? We got business to handle. All right, look who else is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Curtis Davis is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, the Halloween edition. He has the icon next to his name, and he says, good evening, SSN family. Good evening to you too, Curtis Davis, otherwise known as Mr. Financial around here. And in the YouTube streets, you can go find him at Chili Davis. That's right. Chili Davis has a YouTube channel. That's here. Mr. Financial, a.k.a. Curtis Davis is the real name. But Chili Davis, he gives out those great stock advice, stock tips, stock information. And that's what you need because this is business talk. That's what he does on a daily basis, it seems. You just never know when he's going to drop something. It could be 8 at night, 11 at night, 10 in the morning. He's dropping the information to help you make financial decisions in real time. Today, for instance, he probably dropped a video already. Now, I'm upset because I don't get any notifications. I don't understand. And I go to his channel all the time, but I still don't get notifications when he drops them. Every now and then I get notifications, but it's not 100%. So anyhow, go check him out, ladies and gentlemen. Smash his like buttons, smash his subscribe buttons, and go to his channel like every day if you want to find out about the stock market and find out about financial news and information, earnings reports, and things like that. In fact, there's going to be some earning reports coming out that could change things a little bit. And Victor Marrero, research for properties in Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale area. Lots of owners there rent individual rooms instead of entire homes, each home for $900 or $1,100 per month. No HOA restrictions. There we go. There we go. Very good advice there, Victor Marrero. We're talking about the final fourth quarter business talk, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see this right here? This is invaluable. There's some people that right now, I know there's people going, well, man, I don't live in Hollywood. I don't live in Fort Lauderdale. It's expensive. Well, that's just it. It might not be expensive here shortly. I'm just saying, especially in Hollywood. And in fact, it's a fallacy. In Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood, there's plenty of places there. They're not all 800, 1,000, $1 million. There's places there 200,000, 300,000. I know it's shocking. There are. And the fact that you can rent them for this, here's the key thing. He just gave you guys a tip. No HOA restrictions. Because if there was an HOA, they're going to restrict you renting rooms. They're going to, it starts getting restrictive like that. So just keep that in mind. HOAs do matter. And that's why if you're doing pre-construction or anything and you plan on renting it out, you have to make sure it's HOA approved or short-term rental approved. All right. Like I keep promoting Lofty Brickell, downtown Miami. Right. It's already short-term rentals approved. Studios starting at $400,000, but you know you can rent for $500, $600, $700 a night, especially when you have restaurants, bars, meeting spaces, fitness centers inside this building, condo project, valet parking, a little restaurant or deli or two downstairs. Yeah, it starts getting pricey, and it's by the World Center. So there you go. Here we go. There's so many local stores or storefronts in foreclosure. Small business got hit by pandemic. Curtis Davis, exactly, which means, ladies and gentlemen, we got to keep things in perspective. This is going to be the pain report tonight because this is business talk. If you know what the ails and the weaknesses are, then you can take advantage of those in a capitalist system. And since we're not talking about we're part of that top 10%, the 35 million, how else are we going to gain the wealth while the 35 million are sitting here buying up these storefronts or buying up these retail locations because they're going to convert them into something else while the going is cheap? Because think about it, with anything, if you have retailers moving out, not paying their rent, that means the retail is going to be cheaper to buy. They buy it up. Then when the economy gets good, people want to come move in. All of a sudden, something that used to rent for $2,500 per month is $4,500 per month. But yet they bought it as if it should have been worth $1,000 per month rental because the price was so cheap. So that's how they get more and more wealth in the hands of a few. But now that I'm telling you this, you guys know what to do. And this is why I'm trying to put you in the position. So when this happens again, you'll be sitting there going, hey, I bought that house in 2023 or 2024. It could be. Bought that house 50, 60%. The house went up and I have $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 sitting there of equity. And then you refi down. So your payment is way lower than what you started with. And now you sit there and you can take out that chunk. That's the playbook. Because now you're not restricted. You don't have to see your 20%, 25% to go buy a retail establishment or a business where you know you're going to have thousands of dollars coming in per month. You're set. All right. And it's going to happen in the next 3 years. You have the windows, 3 years. You have a year and a half to even make a move. So you don't even have to sweat. All right. So thank you for mentioning that, Mr. Financial. Appreciate it. And also, Mr. Financial has the Always Be Making Money ABMM code, ladies and gentlemen. James Way, welcome to the SSN Nation Halloween edition on the Monday Night Live stream. The Money Making Monday Night Live stream. And he says the rent is too damn high with his tagline. And he says, good evening, all. Good evening to you too, James Way, with the icon next to his name, which means he's a member of the channel. And that means you got to smash that join button if you would like to become a member of the channel. Because members of the channel, you guys can always join me on a live stream any day. Any live stream we do, you can join me. So that's why I leave it under the community tab, like tonight, if you want to join me on screen, discuss anything. Now, let's see where I wanted to go next was This right here. This right here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let this fool you. Don't let them fool you with this foolishness. Look how they worded this. Look how they worded this. This is crazy. This is crazy. The Dow closes lower on Monday, but still posts best month since 1976. Holy smokes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just outrageous. That's 45 years ago or so. That's crazy. That's crazy in this environment. How could it this would be like, math doesn't lie, though. Math doesn't lie. Look how far we've come in 45 years just to come to this situation that's upon us. This is incredible. So all I'm saying is, what if this is exactly what I was talking about when I said this is 1929 to 1930? When I said there are going to be weeks, month, where prices seemingly go up, then people start buying stocks again, meaning the mom and pops. The guys that bought the stocks at 10 to 15% lower, or maybe even lower than that, they turned around and sold them to you. Now you have to find somebody else to sell it to, or you're going to do what they've been telling you ever since you've been born. Save your money and don't sell your stock. So you're going to hold on to this stock. And as the stock starts going down, you're just going to start questioning yourself like, damn, it was going up the whole month. What the hell's going on? But you guys here in the SSN Nation aren't going to be saying that. You're going to be sitting here going, okay, Eric, you done drilled it in my head. I'm not being all happy going out here buying all this stuff over the last month. You keep showing us the numbers. You keep showing us the info. Again, here's the info. Federal Reserve is going to raise interest rates. Their federal funds rate. Simple. Companies are going to start laying people off. This is business talk tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The pain is coming, but we always have solutions. That's why you got to check out the links down below. In fact, how about this? Some of you are sitting there going, hey, I want to earn some free Bitcoin while Bitcoin is only $20,000. Well, you can do that using CryptoTab. It uses your computer, your desktop, or your laptop, or your computer software. You can let it run all the time, and then you can use your link to refer other people and start your own little mining consortium, so to speak. Yeah, it's only parts of a penny on a day, right? Well, thousandths of a percent of a penny a day, but it depends on how fast your computer is, your tablet or your phone or whatever it is. But it's down below. Earn the free Bitcoin. The link is down below the video in the description. But I'm going to talk about something else, because, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to be escaping the situation no matter how much they try to hide it. You just can't get away from it. If I know there's going to be a couple of million people laid off, that means there might be a couple million homes that's going to be up for foreclosure in about 7-8 months. Right? So if we know this and we have this information handy, then I'm sitting here thinking, man, my 50 to 60% number might be true. In fact, I'm leaning towards 60% at this point. I'm getting ready to show you. This is a courtesy of Tech. Well, it is TechCrunch, but it's crunchbase.com. Tech layoffs in 2022. Let's get to it. Notable. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. October 26, number of reported layoffs unclear. This is in Pittsburgh. Okay, now, hold on a second. They're not saying. Here goes something else on 1026. GoFundMe says, hey, we don't have enough people putting into the GoFundMe and collecting those fees, so we're going to have to lay off some people. It's only 94. But again, you lay off 94 here, 200. Well, look at Zillow up next. 300 more people from Zillow. Okay, don't discount this because Zillow already laid off some other people earlier this year. So there's more than 300 annually. So we'll just use the 300 number. You guys know what this means, right? You know what it means. Come on. This potentially is going to stress the area. It's going to stress the people. Some of these people aren't going to be prepared for being laid off. It's natural. They're going to have to figure out a way to make ends meet. And some of those people, whether it's 10 people, whether it's 20 people that can't pay their mortgage, they bought a house in the last 2 years. It's overpriced. They're watching it go down. These are people that are ripe for sitting there saying, I'm not going to pay no more. Why bother? I don't have a job. And then the company's going to have to foreclose on them. And they'll take a year and a half. Here goes another one, Emeryville, California, and that was in Seattle. So notice there's no city, state, and all that, but these are tech companies. So we're going to be heavy into the Bay Area. Fundbox, another 150. Remember, they fund people. I just made a business credit video. Fundbox, 150 people. San Francisco, FinTech. Insurance Tech, laying off 30 people. 220 in Boston, in Sync or SNYK, SNYK. Cybersecurity, like what? But that's 220 people. These are tech jobs traditionally are higher paying. Cerebral, unclear. They're not even going to tell you. GoPuff, 2,200, unclear. E-commerce in Philly. You guys getting it yet? Volta Charging laying off 54%. San Francisco. SAS Enterprise, 120, Austin, Texas. Oh, man. Jeez. Well, that could potentially be some homes because them prices are outrageous. They're going to come crashing down. And it's more than just a home. This is affecting, or shall I say, infecting your neighborhood, because that means there's less people being able to shop at the store, less people able to shop in the community, which means the retail owners are going to be stressed because they're going to have less revenues coming in, which means less profits coming in. So you fulfill your prophecy. It's going down, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Federal Reserve can't do much. They can't hire anybody. They don't do jobs. All they do is they sit there, buy up stock before they raise or lower interest rates. And then they tell you later, after they bought up the stocks, and then they come out and say, oh, yeah, it's 0.75. Or they shorten the stocks, and they don't have to disclose that. So once again, this is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to have to pay attention. This is not just sleepy neighborhood. In fact, look at this. This is not even, look, I haven't even started. All I'm saying is this is just in the month of October. If you really start going, in fact, you know what? You guys are going to find out this is thousands of people. Just that's which is reported. This is thousands reported. All right. I put a link to this down below in the description because this is the hidden toll that's going on that people don't understand. This is October. This is thousands. Here's 2,200 by GoPuff by themselves. All right. We're not even into September yet. Here's 378 from Clear Capital. So we're already at 25. Beyond Meat's 24. We're already at 27 just by them. Here goes 37 because Noom, the fitness digital health guys, which made no sense. But anyhow, they're laying off. We're at 3,700 now. All right, just off of, and look at 4,000 from Peloton. Fitness, once again, we're already at $7,000. That's New York. And we haven't even got in out of, and I'm not even counting the 162s, the 85s, the 100s. I'm just going with the big numbers. We're at $7,000. So clearly we're around 10,000 and all this unclear stuff, 100% from Kitty Hawk. Here goes another few hundred, not 100, another few up to 1,000 people. Here's Compass over here. They're not saying, but we're into September. All I'm saying is you don't understand that there's 10, 20, 30, 50,000 people worldwide getting laid off in the month of October or more. Because there's people that don't report. This is just the tech industry. This isn't the retail environment. This isn't the banking environment that's also laying people off. So when you really start adding it up, you start going, wait a minute, there's 100,000 people, 200,000 people that's been laid off. That's going to impact every state, everywhere over the next 6, 7, 8 months. All right. I don't care. Don't be confused about what's going to happen here, because this is business talk, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I'm heading to Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood this weekend. This is huge. I've been searching for rooms or efficiencies to rent, and the rent amounts for individual rooms is crazy, way above Tampa, Orlando. You're going to, so that's why, are you saying you're looking for a room to rent off of Airbnb? Is that what you're saying? And they're charging, how much did you say that was? Hold on a second. 900 to 1,000 a month. Oh, California prices. It's LA prices. Is that what they're doing? Okay. No problem with that. Okay. Jeez, that is crazy. But yeah, that's insane. You're not staying down there? Oh, you're just staying for the weekend though. Okay. Victor, those prices for rent out of control. Hey, those are LA, New York, metropolitan Miami type prices. And there's the Crunchbase, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go look at that tech layoff. Never mind about the other industry layoffs. So you start realizing millions of people been laid off. And what I'm trying to say is don't be fooled. This is why we need the passive income 2022. The mantra has to stay, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to need that passive income. So get it while you can. And one of those passive incomes, I kind of talked about that NFT, the Miracle Cash and More. That's a country that you're going to be part of. All transactions from Miracle Cash and More in that country. So if you want to go find out more about it, look at the Miracle Cash and More. The link is down below. I also have the video link down below, the Miracle Cash and More information. There's a video link so you can go see the owner. He's on our call and you can understand. And you can search the channel if you want to. I made at least 2 videos about it separately. Now, what I'm saying, don't be fooled. What you're going to hear over the next month or 2 is this thing about jobs created. All right. Don't be fooled. This is seasonal jobs. So when somebody comes in because it's Thanksgiving holidays, it's holiday time, the retailers are temporarily putting people to work, but all administrations generally are going to sit there and say, look at us. We created 3 million jobs. Well, yeah, you're going to create jobs during holiday season. What's going to happen when January 2nd comes? And the following week, when they start laying off these millions of seasonal workers, you're not going to be able to count those in, but the government lies to us. All right. So just keep that in mind, because what's going to happen is you're going to have these weeks where the stock market's going to start rising and you're going to think, oh, it's over. It's good for me to get into the shark infested waters of buying stocks. Now, there's nothing wrong with DCA. And I'm just saying, let's keep things in perspective. If you bought a stock and it was $200 and the stock now is down to $100, quite naturally, that's 50%. So there's nothing wrong. But the stock could have dropped to 80. And so it's 100 now. So there's nothing wrong with DCA. And it's just that if the economy is not that great as far as the fundamentals, statistics don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So it could potentially drop even further, but there's nothing wrong with taking 50, 60, 70% off and buying stocks. I'm just saying I think they're going to drop even further. And I don't, again, this thing where it's going up for a week, 2, 3, all of a sudden it's going to go down for a week, 2, and it's going to drop below what it was. So it's been remarkable that the stock market has been able to do what it's doing. But again, ladies and gentlemen, only the top 10% own 89% of the stock market. Your 401k owns the stock market, but unfortunately, you generally gave it to the hedge funds or whoever's managing your fund. You gave them the money to do what they want, and they get to take a fee for that. So again, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying if the stock market does collapse, you're affected. So my friends who used to be over $1 million, they're not over $1 million anymore on their 401k. Because when you have 25, 30% coming off and you're a little over $1 million, now and you look in there and it says 700, you start getting a little worried. But what are you going to be worried when it goes down to 500? Because that's where we're headed, I believe, still. So we'll find out. Victor Morrell from George's Charles, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday Halloween edition. Boo! With the icon next to his name. And he says, at Victor Morrell, let me know when you come into town. Oh, yeah, he's going down to South Florida. Victor Morrell is going to be chilling. So let us know how that goes. But are you staying a full month down there, Morrell? Because if you're going to stay a full month, that's a whole nother ball game. Diesel Mike, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. It's the holiday edition. And he brings his tagline, good evening, Eric and SSN family. Good evening to you. Thank you once again for being here on a Monday, because you could be watching Monday Night Football. You could be doing your Halloween partying, Halloween festivities, taking the kids around. You could be anywhere else but here. But tonight, you guys are getting that final fourth quarter business talk. Are you ready to make some money? The only way you can be ready is know what's going to happen. And as long as you know what's going to happen, then you can make moves. So if you know stocks could go up or down, okay, take your pick. If you know inflation is going to continue to run rampant, then you know things are going to cost more. If you know things are going to cost more, then that means you need your money to make you more money. Where are you going to get that from? Well, we talked about the Miracle Cash and More, right? Well, you guys know I'm very big on, could it possibly be 2 NFTs, 2 projects in the crypto space that legitimately they're backed by real world assets. This time, instead of businesses who gets transactions for financial products, this time it's oil, gold, natural gas, aluminum, and a scan system that can find oil, natural gas, aluminum, gold, silver. That's what we're talking about. There's a company that exists called the Debt Box. Actually, the company's IX Global. IX Global buys these nodes. They turn into NFTs after they're sold out. They buy the nodes at wholesale prices. These wholesale prices, though, are $1,500. They're at $2,500, $6,000. So they mine every day. And when they mine every day, you get rewards every day. You can actually withdraw those rewards every day. So you can have income coming in every day. That's what makes this awesome. Real world oil companies, mines that are mining gold, real world where they receive royalties. They share the royalties with the node holders. The Debt Box, ladies and gentlemen, IX Global. Search the channel. Go check it out. Highly, highly. Good evening, Eric and SSN fam. Like I said, Diesel Mike, good evening once again to you. I left it on the screen, even though I said it before. But thank you so much once again for being here. We're not going to make this too long tonight because I wanted to give you guys some of these statistics so you understand what you are in for. You are positioning yourself to be in the right location. Like I'm going to give you examples. If Fund Me TB, if Fund Me TB, or formerly My EasyTron Bot, still is, but fundmetb.com, if they're actually able to come out of the doldrums and actually still able to give up to 1.5%, then that would still be good. Where can you get where your money's making you money on a daily or weekly basis? That is what is sketchy, especially in the crypto space. But the debt box, money is coming in daily from the mining. And I should go look at that. I should go look at that too. Victor Marrero says just over the weekend, staying down in South Florida, staying with a friend who's another Galaxy Project investor. Oh my, he plans to show me around some of the areas. My oldest son has just accepted a law enforcement job offer in Fort Lauderdale. Nice. Okay. Awesome, man. Awesome. This is interesting because I just don't know what to think about. Well, I know what to think of Conarock, but what does he think about his Galaxy project? Is he willing to wait another two years potentially? I think it is 2 years. Is he going to wait another 2 years is the question. And by the way, Victor Marrero, I want to know something. If you wanted to back out, would they allow you to? Or are they only allowing you to exchange to another unit? And I still can't believe you gave up that penthouse unit, man. I still can't believe you gave that up. You gave it up, man. I still can't believe it. Although I don't know what's going on with the Galaxy and what they're doing. I didn't even realize they had 2 restaurants there. But nonetheless, it blew me away that you wouldn't. But I know why you did, because you mentioned it. You said because it's already going to be done and you weren't ready to do anything yet. So again, for everybody, just because the penthouse is there and they're going to swap it for the same money, sometimes good money isn't good money, especially when you're not ready, and especially when the market's not ready. Because next year, or by the time that they build Galaxy, that's when Kathmandu is going to be there. That's when other infrastructure is going to be there to even have more people come in, which is what you really want and what you're going to need at Conarock. You're going to need to have full force. You're going to need 6 million people coming to Punta Cana in a year. That's going to help out Conarock type projects, and Vista Cana, by the way, too. So that's cool. Diesel Mike, question: can you change or add NAICS codes on existing LLCs? Yes. Or do you have to create a new one, or DBA? No, you can change it. What state are you in, though? That's the other question. And who are you talking about? Because normally you don't need them that often, unless sometimes if you're applying for some sort of credit or lines of credit or things like that. But generally you can change them. And you should always go with the neutral, just so you know. Search the channel. I can't remember the Nick. I call them the Nicks, but the NAICS codes. Search the channel. I did a video on there. You want to be neutral. Like that's why a lot of people call themselves consultants, or just a name like, Xavier LLC, nondescript, because sometimes if you have to deal with these codes, it goes by when you're applying for something or trying to get accepted, let's say grants or something like that. So then they look at that code and they'll automatically just say they don't qualify. All right. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's something else to think about. Oh, how can I forget? We're 1 hour, 29 minutes in. Smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell, and also down below in the description, get your Robinhood and Webull free stocks if you haven't already. Use the links down below, Robinhood and Webull. Up to 12 free stocks right now from Webull. They're putting the pressure on, even though they're laying people off. They're still putting the pressure on, right? So think about it. Hopefully that helps you out, Diesel Mike. in case people don't know what that is, code, here we go. I'm going to go to the screen because this does affect your business sometimes. You want the SIC, which we also, in fact, let me show you on the screen because, and then I'm going to play a little. Well, I'm not going to play anything right now. Hold on a second. Let me just do it like this. All right, see that at the top, NAICS, also known as the SIC. All right, so there's two separate codes. All right, they confirm what industry you're in. So again, like I said, you can look them up, but here you go. There's 21 mining. So then you have this for the SIC code. So see here, if you pick a 60 code, and now when you go for financing, funding, or anything like that, they can lump you in this finance and they may disqualify you because you can't be in the financial industry or the insurance industry. So that's why you would normally have a 5. So see here, this is the SIC codes: National Commerce Bank, Commercial Bank, State. So see this right here, foreign bank, state credit union. You don't want to be in this if you plan on trying to get funding, because oftentimes they'll say, no, you're in the business. We can't deal with you. Here's real estate. But once again, I would lean towards different type numbers. So, but nonetheless, now, if you're in the transportation business, for instance, you're going to have a 4. I'm using SIC code numbers. So if you're in the charter business, so here you go, except local. Now you're doing 4142. Number of U.S. entities. This is nice to know, right? But it doesn't really have any bearing on anything. So trucking, terminal facilities, United, well, you won't have that. So this is where people go. So hopefully this helps you, Diesel Mike, because you need both your codes. Sometimes they'll ask you for the SIC code. So just get both. And then we'll go over here just so people can see. So here's what I'm referring to. So you stick in the 5455 in this arena, 56 even, because this way you stay, I'll say like 54. We'll go 54, right? So you have research, management, consulting. See, here's the 5416. Management, scientific, and technical consulting services, right? Notice 724,000. Notice the difference. That's why people go neutral. 54 is obviously neutral. See, 2 million. Far cry from when we were looking at the SIC, right? So just giving you guys showing you a little love. Look, administrative management, general management, consulting services. No. How about marketing consulting services? 541613. Everybody on podcast. There you go. Your NAICS number. Other management consulting services. Notice 361,000 in this group. 541618 is the NAICS number. Right? See, there's a reason for this. Other management consulting services. In fact, this is what I have Stop Struggling Now under 541618. So anyhow, that's what Diesel Mike's asking about. And if you want to go look up the codes, I'll put this in the chat room so you guys can pull it up out of the chat room. There you go. If you want to go searching for the right one. But yeah, Diesel Mike, if you're in Georgia, I don't know you should be able to just change it. It's not like it's a mandatory situation, unless it depends on what your business is, unless it was needed for whatever certification or loans or line of credit or something like that, that might have a bearing. But if you haven't used it for anything yet, then it's simply just contact the state of Georgia, if you need it on the LLC, which I don't think you do, but if you do need it on the LLC, then just change it, alter it, no problem. It shouldn't be a problem. In fact, why don't we just Google right now, right? Because I don't think you need. I'll just do the whole thing. Let's see what it says. The department requires codes for all business registrations. You can look up your next and begin registration during the registration process. So there you go. So yeah, you should be able to change it if you want to. So there you go. It's simple. It's simple Google. Can I change? I'm pretty sure you can change it, man. You just got to contact them. It's that simple. The code is just based on, they just want to put you in a classification. It's not like, yeah, see, Georgia Department of Revenue, they will allow you to add or remove your NAICS codes. So manage NAICS codes, web requests. So there you go. Yeah, it's not mandatory. Like, it's not like an EIN number, which even in the EIN number, you can actually change those too. So it's not like you have to, because you do change business. Your business changes focus sometimes. So you would change the code. And actually, you might get charged a little less with the different code. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out, Diesel Mike. All right. So that shouldn't be too hard of a task, it appears, for Georgia. You should you have no problems. Just call them up and be like, hey, if that's who you're referring to, but that's all that matters. They're the only ones putting you into a certain category. And your category can always change. Don't lock yourself in. All right. 1 hour, 37 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. I've done enough of this porn fear stuff, right? Or fear porn, as they call it, right? We have ways to make sure that you make extra streams of revenue. And I gave you 3 things that I talked about, that I've been talking about. And I'm going to actually talk about this a lot for the next month, because over the next month, people are going to find out things are going to get a little bit tougher. All right. So that means we need our money working for us somehow over the next 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, a year. And if we can get into something that generates us revenue on a monthly basis or a weekly basis or a daily basis, then that's where we need to be. Now, I have some people here. It's a Halloween. I am going to, I can never remember the DebtBox nodes. I'm going to log into the DebtBox node. It's Monday. Every Monday, I guess I should do that because it's money making Monday. And this is making your money work for you. Okay, hold on a second. Let me figure this out. I can never find this stuff. But I gotta, there we go, thedebtbox.com. This is a node, ladies and gentlemen, that again, you can buy them for $1,500. Now, there is something that I did forget about. I'm actually going to go to the cash flow NFT. We have if you can't afford the $5,000 cash flow NFT, this is not the debt box. This is cash flow NFT. This is Miracle Cash and More. The NFT costs $5,000. There's 600 of them left. All right. Now, if you can't afford the $5,000, then you can become an affiliate, share the link, and then you earn $500 for everybody that signs up and buys an NFT. The other option is you can join us, SSN Lifestyle Ring of Fire Business Opportunity, otherwise known as the Cash Flow NFT 5,000 Business Opportunity, where we're up to $2,500, by the way, which means we have $2,500 left. So there's a group economic plan that we have, and you can put in $250, 500. They have to be increments of 250. So you can put in 500, 750, 1,000, or up to 2,500 at this point, because only one single person could put in half. That was the max. So, but it has to be $250 increments. You can use USDT on different chains, whether it's ERC20, BEP20, TRC20, Matic, Polygon. So you can use USDT to send in whatever denomination you want. If you want to use PayPal, which means you can use your debit, credit, or checking account, then you can use that as well. Just make sure you pay the transaction fee and you earn whatever the company sends back, cash flow NFT. The percentage you put in is the percentage that you're going to receive out. You put in 250, that's 5%. So every month you're going to get 5% of whatever they send back as the marketing revenue. If you put in 500, that's 10% coming back for the marketing revenue. If you put in 20%, or not 20%, but you put in 1,000, which is 20%, then you have 20% of the marketing revenue that comes back that month. All right, that's how it works. It's only fair. That we have the link down below, Cash Flow NFT Group Economics. You'll see it, business opportunity. If you want to get in there and you say, I don't have the 5, I don't want to promote, I'll rather just buy my way a different way in to get in. That's what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to help you, because there's not going to be a lot of places you're going to be able to fall to. If you don't start your own business and don't want to do that, then what? You're going to rely on one single source of income. You can't do that, ladies and gentlemen. These days are over. This is not 1970. This isn't 1950. That little boomer thing that happened because of the war and all the factories being built and the manufacturing and all that, where people were able to work, one person was able to work in the household and pay for all the food, all the mortgage and rent, go buy a car, everything, one person. That's no longer the case in general. Generally, husbands and wives are both in the workplace. Not everyone, but a lot of the time, that's the makeup in America now. And it's about to get a lot worse as more layoffs come. Maybe one or both may still be working or not. That's going to be yet to be determined. So therefore, this is why we have to talk about the debt box. This is backed by oil, gold, silver that I mentioned earlier. And so we already had a group economic plan for this one. So now we're going to go in and see what's been happening over the last, well, it's only been a week, because we had the shocker when they did the halving. They did the annual halving, and that was a little shocker right there. So I see right now I'm going to have to change my username and passwords on this website. But nonetheless, here we are. And these are all tokens, ladies and gentlemen. They all are on PancakeSwap. They're liquid. So you can withdraw every day as long as your balance was $250 or more. All right. Now, here we are with the mining is going down. We're at 332 XPLR, $6 a day, which means we're still hovering around 180. Oh, and the price went down to 0.01884. Okay, it's still around almost 2 cents. So $6 a day gets you around $185 per month at this point. After 2 months and a half, we're at 586. So that's roughly 250 per month, even though we started at just $2 per day. All of a sudden, after the halving, it skyrocketed. And the number you see on the screen, in case you're node holders and do not know, the number you see on the mining balance is less than 10%. So in other words, what they did was, which I still don't get, what they did was, this really should be 10% more. So it would say 34 or 35,000, 34,000 is what it would say, 34,300 or whatever XPLR. So then when you withdraw it, it would take out the 10%. Now, instead of doing that, apparently it must have confused people when they saw 10% less on the other side. They just said, we're just going to show you the withdrawal amount. So if you withdraw this whole amount, 31,110, this should be in the wallet. I'm not going to withdraw it, but if I did, that would be 3110. So there won't be 10% off of the 3110. So whatever shows here shows already with the 10% fee already accounted for. So hopefully that helps. All right. And this shows right here, the wallet. So you would withdraw into XPLR, and just showing you, here's PancakeSwap and here's your Trust Wallet. So you can actually go to the exchange and change your XPLR into the debt token, DEBT, or other tokens. It could be BNB for that matter. And you're good. So it's liquid. And you're earning every day, 24 hours a day. And soon as they sell and receive royalties, they go out and buy the tokens on the open market. Then they burn those tokens, meaning less demand, or shall I say, less tokens. And if there's the same demand, that means the price should increase. Now, of course, we're doing modern financial theory, but all I'm saying is that's the idea, and it should work that way. So hopefully you understand. All right. So again, I just want to show you that real quick so you can get in on this. It does cost you either $50 to be a customer and buy the node, or you pay $115, $140, or $180 depending on that membership. Then you can have a link like I do down below, IX Global link, and go buy yourself a node. And again, they start at $1,500 now. XPLR is $1,500. The DLG, $1,500. The bauxite is, I believe, $1,500. The natural gas one is now $6,000, up from $4,500 because people ran to that one, bought those up. And then the grow token is $2,500, which is for agriculture. So you can get any of those, ladies and gentlemen. And then you too could have daily rewards coming in. And I highly recommend XPLR, because XPLR, that's the scanner system to go find below ground the water, the natural gas, the gold, the silver, the platinum, the palladium, the rhodium, and oil around the world. The royalties are used to buy the tokens on the open market and then burn them. That is significant. So all these tokens that the group has, thousands of tokens, could be worth who knows what down the road. They could be still worth 2 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, or 0.001 cents, but highly unlikely. They're backed by real world assets, and they're in Nebraska with oil. Ghana, going over there to Ghana in the next 30 to 45 days. They are already did the natural gas royalties just last month as well. So that's significant. So all that comes into play. Money, making money is what you need wherever you can get it. Be like a top 10%er. If you can get stock dividends at 10, 15, 20%, then get them. Shout out to ORC. That's a stock. Orchard Capital, ORC, 17, 16% dividends right now. AGNC, 15, 14% return, dividend investing annually. That's significant, because when inflation finally gets under control, because nobody's going to be able to buy stuff, so therefore the prices have to come down. So then that'll lead to inflation coming down. It's a cause and effect, but it's actually not changing the inflation numbers. Really, it's just people don't have money to spend. So therefore, they have to reduce their prices. So all I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you have to think for the future. It's playing out right now. A year from now, year and a half from now, you're going to be a winner based on decisions that you're making over the next 3 to 6 months. All right? Just keep that in mind. So don't sit back and think you have to hoard your money. Think back, where can I deploy these bullets, the duffel bag of cash, into some area that for sure I think I can get this money back. Not a guess like these DAOs and these NFT, these other crypto projects. It has to be like, okay, this is backed by real world stuff. This looks like a winner. Or you can say it's not a winner. Or you can say, I'm just going to go over here and get my 16% dividend annually every year from this stock investment. I'm willing to put that in here. Now, remember, dividend stocks don't necessarily have to keep giving dividends. When the economy gets worse, that's the risk you take. They could stop giving out that free money to their investors. So just think about that, ladies and gentlemen. You're setting yourself up for life. If the top 10 percenters are buying stocks, then that's when you should be doing it too. Again, I believe it's 1929 to 1930, actually 1929 to 1932 in reality. So these little upswings for 2-3 weeks, I don't really care about. If you go look at the chart, then you guys know that that's exactly what happened in 1929 is it's going down to the bottom. It went up 2-3 weeks, then down even further than it went up. So again, that's what you're doing. So are we ready to make some money? I'm giving you some ways to make some money. The links are down below. IX Global, get your node. All right. If you want to join us on the cash flow NFT and don't have the 5,000, the link is down below either way. I have both links, the Miracle Cash and more. If you want to go buy and become an affiliate or buy a 5,000 NFT, there's only 600 of them left. Then you go buy those. I suggest you get those now. If you want to join us in the group, then we have the cash flow NFT $5,000 business opportunity. I suggest you go check that out. If you want to become a member of SSN Lifestyle, I'll be talking about that a little bit more over the course of the next month. I'm going to be talking about these three because these three are going to be very powerful. Amazon is one thing, but Amazon and eBay and all these guys, you have to do certain things. You have to actually either use Amazon for commission, or you have to go buy the products from Alibaba, AliExpress like everybody else and do the race to the bottom, who's going to take the least amount of profit. And then you go, hey, guess what? I have a membership. I have a ebook, because you're not going to want to do that because you're not going to be making enough profit. Or I'm going to build you an Amazon store. Give me 40 G's. It's funny, right? Why don't you build your own store? Why are you going to charge me 40 G's to build the store? Because the profits aren't there anymore. It's easier to get the 40 G's and then tell you later, well, I'm sorry, your store is only making $200, $500 per month, but there's no way. It's your product. It's your choice. It's what you chose. So ultimately, that's why you don't want to pay. And for that same 20,000, 30,000, 10,000 that people are paying to get an Amazon store, you could have bought an NFT that controls a whole country that you're going to receive rewards on, profits every month from a real business that you don't have to do anything. Sit back. Debtbox, same thing. You buy the node, you sit back. You don't have to do anything else. So, I mean, what better way can you get it? SSN Lifestyle is a little different. It's not set it and forget it, so to speak. It's only set it in certain aspects because there's a bonus pool. When there's profits from the company, then it's shared with whatever level you are in membership in the bonus pool. So that's set it and forget it. But at the same time, now you have the opportunity to earn more money, like the Ring of Fire. You can join in the group investment business opportunities. So that gives you an opportunity there. So again, these are different ways to maximize your money. And you might as well get on board and start thinking that, because for the rest of your life, it may have to be that way. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1 hour, 54 minutes in. If you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Come back on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. Eastern time for our Wednesday night live stream. But the only people that can be in the chat room is members with the icon next to their name. All right, so we're going to end this tonight in a few minutes. 1 hour, 54 minutes in. Smash the like button. Click the all notification bell so the YouTube guys know that somebody's still here in the house. Share the video. because you never know who you're going to help and who needs to hear this information that I was talking about tonight. I'm seeing more and more YouTubers talking about what we've been talking about for 3-4 years. They're getting with the program simply because it's getting dire. But we knew 3-4 years ago that it was going to be dire. We just figured, yeah, it's going to be like the Great Depression. Yeah, we figured that. Again, Gino Chimiente, who's been here for a while helping us out, he predicts worse than the Great Depression. He goes all the way down through. I, on the other hand, I think due to our monetary system and our world currency status, and even though we were back then, now we have our hands in all kind of stuff and we're willing to go with derivatives and print money into infinity. I think we're still going to get to Great Depression status, but on the high side. Victor Morero once said he thinks we might be getting a little near that Great Depression status as well. Auntie Val says Great Depression. So a lot of people here who have a lot of financial wisdom and knowledge think that things are going to get worse. All signs indicate this. No matter what they're telling you on the news, you just got to look at the stats, look at the numbers. So when somebody tells you after a 30% drop, 25% drop in the stock market, that all of a sudden the Dow Jones has its best month since 1976, why would somebody even say crazy stuff like this? It may be the best month mathematically since 1976, but that's insane because 1976 was not that great. There's still oil situation, kind of like what we have now. People were being laid off. Inflation was running rampant. And if you guys think interest rates are crazy right now, why don't you try digging through the archives and going to see 10% norm, 15%, 16% interest rates as we get into 76, 77, 78, 80. Yes, 15, 16%, ladies and gentlemen. How much do you think your house is going to be worth when it's 15 or 16% is all I'm saying. Come on, think about it. And we're there already. Shadowstats.com. Go check it out. We're already at 16, 17%. It's just that the Federal Reserve won't take us that high because they know that'll decimate. That'll bring the top 10 percenters back in line because they'll have to start giving up some of their assets because they have them leveraged. So they're going to have to sell them because their property would have dropped 50%. So that's why they'll never do it. All right. So I'm just letting you guys know, you have to understand what we're dealing with here. That's why you need to get wherever you can make your money, make money, get in now, ladies and gentlemen. There's not too many great opportunities. Crypto's not going anywhere. It's being regulated in Europe. All right. It's not going anywhere. So it's in stone. So if the United States, if China, if Russia, it doesn't matter. If all the rest of the world goes, you know what, we're not going to mess around with the currency. We're not going to mess around and let you guys put in this other payment system, being able to transfer amongst yourselves and bypass us. We're not going to. Fine. Guess who's going to prosper? The people that do. Because the have-nots, guess what? There's more have-nots than there are top 10 percenters, right? 7.6 billion people on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to end this tonight shortly. Give me another 3 minutes, because if you just now came into the SSN Nation and don't know that there's 7.6 billion people on the planet, and out of that, there's only 3,000 billionaires, that's it. 3,000. That's it. If you knew those 3,000 own damn near 50% of the wealth in the world, are you getting mad yet? Do you understand yet what we're dealing with here? Do you understand what's going on? In America, 0.1% of the wealthiest own damn near close to 50% of the wealth in America. Can you believe this craziness? When you start realizing how far off the scale everything is in reality, then you understand how bad this can get. These same people can turn off the taps. Because remember, just like Putin's over there turning off the taps for the natural gas to Europe, that's where you could find yourself. They have the assets, they have the resources. Why do you think the billionaires own the water aquifers? They started buying up the water aquifers like 20, 30 years ago. What's his name? Pickens in the Midwest, off water aquifer. Gates, water aquifer. There's some other billionaires because they realize without water, we're in trouble. They're controlling it. See how this is all going down. So we have to get some of this wealth back, ladies and gentlemen. And that's my goal. That's my job. This is why government's always been after me, because I've been telling people how to get money, what to do, trying to help them out and not doing it the illegal way. Use what they use. They get stocks, we get stocks. They buy assets, multifamily, we buy a multifamily. They buy hotels, we buy hotels. You follow what I'm saying? You got to buy businesses. Buy businesses. That's the next frontier. This is what we're going to talk about over the next 2-3 months. Buy a business that's already operating, right? That has revenues coming in, but their revenues have been down over the last year or two. I wonder why. So you come up with a fresh new twist on it. And I'm going to use somebody like Tai Lopez of all people. I'm here in my garage. That guy, what does he do? He transforms into buying these brands that went out of business. I can't believe it. He's buying these companies that's Barnes and Noble, for Christ's sakes, or something. He's buying Modell, the sports store. He's buying like Barnes, Dress Barn. He's buying all Toys R Us. I mean, he's buying all this stuff that has in reality, Radio Shack, in reality, no reason to still be around. But there's something to be said. People like to go to stores. If he's able to pull this off, I'd be shocked in the long run, because there's going to be a retail apocalypse coming out. So if you don't have your game on where it is online, such as Amazon's, the Walmarts now said, I got to do online. All these guys, Costco, this is going to be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, over the next 5-6 months. When people stop shopping at Costco, don't pay the membership fee. They aren't really online. What's going to happen? This is going to be interesting, right? When all of a sudden their revenues plunge because people aren't buying. All right. Now, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 hours, 2 minutes, the final fourth quarter business talk. I thank you for your patience. But you guys, let me know what you think is going to happen over the next 2 months. Victor Marrero already said he thinks it's going to be 0.75 because the street's saying it's going to be 0.75. I'm going to say it this way. If the street feels comfortable with 0.75, then it's going to be 0.75. Because the Federal Reserve, they are top 10 percenters. Their buddies are top 10 percenters. They're going to make them happy. The 35 million millionaires, they're going to make happy. Like, what the frick? But I'm saying Chairman Powell's making me happy. You guys should be cheering him on. You guys should all be cheering. You should be sitting there going, yeah, come on, man. Raise that interest rate. 0.75 now, 0.75 in December, 0.75 in January, February, or March. I don't really care how you do it, but get us up to another 2 percentage points. Because right there, that puts it at 10% for housing prices, and that gets you back in the game. The affordable home. And that gets you in the game for the next bull run. Because the next bull run is going to be massive. Massive. All right, you guys got to understand this. This might price everybody out at that point. You might find yourselves being able to rent rooms for $1,000 a month because nobody can buy a house. And that nobody's going to be some of those 200 million people, 100 million people, 50 million people. So they're the ones that's going to say, hey, okay, I'm going to live with somebody in that 3-bedroom. I'll rent yours for $1,000, $3,000 coming in. And somebody bought a house for $250 and their mortgage is only $1,000. or less. You're going to love life and don't even have to live there. You could have 3,000 or more coming in per month. Don't even have to live there. Just rent out the rooms. Crazy to think about this. This is what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. All right. And come back. I'm going to be dropping some videos tomorrow. I'm going to be dropping some more aggressive videos talking about different items, different things. And I'm going to be talking about straight up, I told you, SSN Lifestyle, Debtbox, Cash Flow NFT. And if Fundbox or FundMe TB comes back online and they're actually able to withdraw, which we'll find out in the next 3 weeks, and I'll start talking about them. Then I'll start talking about Novatech. But Novatech all of a sudden has some issues. All right, so we'll find out what's going on with that. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about bona fide stuff now. None of this high risk, high rewards. We're going to still do some risk, but we're not going off on limbs like getting into these like we were doing in 2020 and 2021, getting into these passive income 1% a day deals and doing all this crazy. Now we have to go with asset classes, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure it's backed by something. No longer can we just go, okay, we'll let you build it and we'll deal with the consequences. Right now, we're not dealing with any more consequence. We have to go with bona fide. So we're buying businesses. We're looking for revenue coming in for sure. That's what we're looking for right now for the next year. All right, so stay tuned. We're going to be talking about some more business opportunities as well. That's going to be in real world, and it's going to be awesome. All right, because this is going to happen. Real world's going to happen. So back to the Tai Lopez thing. Again, I believe it's an experiment. We're going to find out over the next year because I think they might have to file some bankruptcy after they realize we may or may not have enough revenues to keep open these stores and do online. So we're going to have to make a choice. Either keep the stores open and try to keep this going online, or we're going to have to just choose online. Or we're just going to have to choose going out of business. I just don't see how they're going to deal with Amazon at all, or Walmart at all. I don't see how they're going to, or Target at all. So they're not niche enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. So if you like what I'm talking about, subscribe to the channel, and please come back on Wednesday, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Friday night, 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you guys ever want to talk about any subject matter, you know you can always email me, put it down in the comments, however you like. You know I'm always down. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to think outside the box, inside the box, around, up, down. But the bottom line is whatever you put in from that duffel bag of cash, something needs to come back. Because we might have to wait for 2 years before this economy gets back right. Because next year they're going to reduce the interest rates, I believe, until the middle of the year. And then somewhere after that, when they got it up high enough to that 10%, I think that percentile is what the mortgage rate's going to be, maybe even a little over. I think they'll start about a year from now, start reducing them again. And then people will start their euphoria, but that euphoria is not going to unwind until another year later. So we're talking about you have a year, year and a half to get in the asset business. All right, buy a home first objective when they drop 50, 60% or more. And then that's your first move. After that, then you can deal with other things. All right. But then during the course of that, we're going to have money coming in from other sources. So therefore, you can use that to pay for that new acquisition. And that's then not a liability when you have some other money coming in to pay for it. All right. So hopefully that's it, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.